A stunning finish from the Polish forward.
Times have we seen that? How many times have Lewandowski bailed out of situations where it was seemingly impossible for us to get a point or a win? Lewandowski isn't getting any younger. He's 38 and he'll probably leave on a free next summer. With that in mind, there are a lot of debates, a lot of questions as to who would be the ideal replacement for such an immense and honestly a legendary striker in all regards. As per the current market, the market situation, there are not a lot of very good number 9 profiles that are there in the market. The options are honestly very limited. But in this video, what I would like to portray is who are our possible targets, who the club should be looking at. Now, I'll list out all of them. I'll go from the worst to the best strikers. And at the end, I'll of course mention and talk about the pipe dream of the absolute ideal signing for Barcelona this season. Starting with Dusan Vlahovic. Now, Dusan Vlahovic is one of the last names I would actually consider for us to replace Lewandowski. Dusan Vlahovic is a free agent next summer as his contract with Juventus is running down, and I don't think he has any plans of renewing that contract with Juventus, with clubs like Bayern Munich already linked with the move for Dusan Vlahovic as their long-term replacement for Harry Kane. Is Dusan the perfect striker for Barcelona or the Hansi Flick system? And honestly, no. Dusan Vlahovic is a tall, strong, a number 9 profile, but I don't think he will work pretty well with the Barcelona system, nor is he, in my opinion, a long-term prospect or a long-term signing. And I honestly don't think, apart from the free agent part, where it's obviously a win for us, I don't think Dusan Vlahovic remotely even qualifies for being a Barcelona long-term striker signing. The next option is, of course, Harry Kane. Now, you would ask, why is Harry Kane so low on this list? The reason why Harry Kane is so low on this list is purely because of his age. Harry Kane himself is 32, going into next season, he would be 33. I don't find any reason for us to switch from a 38-year-old striker to a 33-year-old striker. Like, don't get me wrong, Harry Kane is absolute, what you would define as a peak of a striker. The perfect striker. He can play with the ball, he can ping those passes, he can hold up the play, he can be the physical, focal point when long balls come to him. So he is the absolute complete package. But the problem with Harry Kane is definitely his age. He's 33. He may give you 3-4 good seasons, but building short term on a player, even though of caliber of Harry Kane, is, I feel, a waste of our time and probably not the best option or the best route to go for. Next up is Julian Alvarez. Hear me out. I know Julian Alvarez is a fan favorite signing. Why is he low on the list? And to discuss this, I will invite my Manchester City friend, who is an avid Manchester City fan, has been watching Manchester City since like 12 or 15 years. He has been a Manchester City fan. He has seen the bads of Manchester City, he has seen the goods of Manchester City, and he has definitely seen the profile of Julian Alvarez at Manchester City and what kind of player he is.
Used to be the second person who's there with Haaland, who's attacking the box and who's trying to create something for Haaland, and also has the capability to do the shooting himself, finish himself. So I see him not as a proper number 9. I see him like somebody who could play an incredible support role. For example, if we go long balls, then like somebody like Haaland, he would like go and then contest with the defender, win the ball, for Hooli to go and finish the ball. And Hooli has that capability. Like even playing like a second striker, he could end up scoring possibly here. The sky's the limit for him. Like he could be scoring like 30-35 goals.
But is he the number 9 Hansi wants?
On that question, like I would say, he's somebody who you already have in your ranks, close to what Ferran Torres is. He's very similar to him. Like Ferran Torres is somebody who could play as a 10, was a second striker, as a winger, or as a very wide forward who's very good dribbling. Like Hooli is very similar to Ferran Torres. So buying Hooli won't make a lot of sense for Barcelona, even though he could be giving you like 30-35 goals.
Hooli is a massive upgrade over Ferran in terms of finishing.
In terms of finishing, true. But he's a
Ferran-
very similar profile.
He's a very similar player. Ferran also makes those runs, but he doesn't have that finishing. Hooli has that.
He doesn't have the finishing, true. He has the ability to drift wide, combine with the players. He's very good on the ball. He's very good with thing. And then he also has the capability to play those passes and shoot from everywhere, like Hooli does. But Hooli is obviously a class above than Ferran.
Ferran
That is
Torres.
very,
Saying this that I don't want Hooli. People think I hate Hooli. It's not. I love the player. I absolutely love the player. I would love him at Barca if he comes in as a replacement of Dani Olmo.
Yeah. Or if he comes along with Haaland. But that's a different team altogether.
Haaland is a pipe dream. If any guy comes to me and says, ki, name one striker you want for Hansi Flick system, and money is not a constraint, it is Haaland.
To be honest, like if you see the history of Barcelona, I feel Barcelona always, like if you see David Villa, if you see Luis Suarez, then we have Zlatan, then we have Eto'o, then before that
There was
Romario,
R9, Romario.
There are a lot of players like those were the players who were like pure finishers, and they were extremely good on the ball. They were extremely good linking up. They were great finishers. I feel Hooli is not that type of a player, which Barcelona needs currently.
And another talking point would be the price tag. Honestly, I don't think with the player Hooli is, how complete he is and how important he is to the Atletico Madrid system and to Simeone himself. I feel what Julian is to Atletico Madrid, Lamine is to Barcelona. I don't think they are letting him go for anything less than 150 to 200 million.
And if you consider Julian Alvarez, who has not won anything for Atletico till now, he is incredible. No doubt about it, he's incredible. But does a 150 million price tag justify a player like Julian Alvarez?
I feel if people say about an ideal number 9, it has to be Haaland. But if people talk about realistic market opportunities, I would genuinely rate guys like Dusan Vlahovic or Serhou Guirassy over Julian Alvarez, because even in the recent games, Real Oviedo and the last match against, I think, Sociedad, we went down and we had to make a comeback. Two of the comeback goals were headers by Lewandowski.
Yeah.
So when De Jong pings the ball,
that's what a great striker gives you.
That's what a great striker gives you. When De Jong or Pedri pings the ball into the box, you need someone with a physical profile, with the height. People say height does not matter. It matters.
It does sometimes. Sometimes it does.
Under some system, it is essential.
Yeah, it matters definitely.
You need that focal point up top, and that is where the question comes. Julian, I admit he's a far better quality than Ferran Torres, but the profile is the same. If Ferran didn't work for all the chances he has had, I don't think Hooli can replicate. Next up on this list, who I think is the ideal signing for Barcelona, is realistically best possible number 9. And it has to be Serhou Guirassy. Now hear me out. Why do I think Serhou Guirassy is the perfect number 9? You might say, oh, he's also 29 years old next season. Yes, but he still has 5 to 6 years in him. What differentiates Serhou from Harry Kane is Harry Kane might have 3 to 4 years in him, but Serhou, on the other hand, can give 5 to 6 years easy. What even differentiates Serhou from someone like Julian Alvarez is, in my opinion, Julian Alvarez is kind of the profile you pick as the number 10 at Barcelona. But Serhou is the proper number 9. He's the proper number 9 profile. Serhou is the man whom you ping the ball to and he controls the ball, takes the first touch, lays it off to a runner from in behind. Maybe it may be Rafinha, it may be Lamine, it may be Pedri. So he's that kind of profile. He's strong, he's good in the air, he's good with his head. And in that case, what we resort to is a cross in the box, maybe from the wing, maybe from the fullback, maybe from deep by Pedri or De Jong. So we do rely a lot on crosses. In that situation, I don't think a striker like Julian Alvarez, who's short, albeit very good, can do very well. In those situations, strikers like Shehu Girassi, Harry Kane, Dusan Vlahovic, these profiles stand out. They will give you that. And Shehu, no doubt, has proven himself to be a top tier striker, ready for the big games. He was a joint highest scorer in the Champions League previous season for a pretty average Dortmund side. He is good on the penalties as well. He's good on the ball. He drops deep. He connects with other players. He can, play that connector between two players. He, for me, is the closest, and I really stress on the closest to ideal profile we can get. Club has been linked with Serhou Guirassy as well, because Hansi Flick apparently prefers Serhou Guirassy over other strikers, and I think that's a pretty big indicator of the potential Shehu has, and the kind of player he is, and how well he will align with the system. If the coach thinks he's the perfect player, he has to be. So let me know in the comments down below, who would you ideally like to play for Barcelona? Like, not in a dream situation, not in a very, you know, dystopian situation where you have unlimited budget. Let me know who is the perfect striker signing for Barcelona, given our financial condition, given our profile, and given our needs. Like the video if I made this far into the video. Share it with your friends if you liked what you saw. Comment down below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you soon.